the other band as well, the Sea Scouts, pipe and drums, a little later. And we'll see the 7 floats, 4 in the senior category, 3 in the junior, and in between them, all the beauty queens and princesses that Gibraltar has crowned throughout 2013. Believe you me, there are many, and they're all coming up Main Street this evening. So Paul, as we see the band and we hear it in the background, I suppose that the excitement kicks in even further.
It is, among young and old. We're going to speak to Becky over here, who's got her kids here for the...
They're followed by the 3 kings, and then we'll start seeing the 7 floats. Will of course be taking you through the prizes as handed out by the judges earlier this evening down at Casements. You can see people, children waving back at the 3 kings. And the fiberglass camels once again this evening. Well, it takes place and goes ahead no matter the weather, come rain or shine. We're very lucky enough to have had some fantastic and amazing weather today. A sunny afternoon, fine weather this evening for this huge local event. The 3 kings going past us now, following the band, which of course was the People's Choice at the Miss World pageant in Indonesia. Samarua, the Gibraltar flag on the evening as Jamie Lee Randall. She was top 15 at Miss International in Tokyo. In this parade here this evening, her sister one, Miss Glamour, we'll be seeing her later on as well. But it will come past us eventually. In fact, I'm not sure whether it probably is the one that everybody's talking about, the Monsters Inc. Float leading the way this evening. Mickey and friends for the past few years, but they've decided to go for something bigger on the float this time round. So it's the Disney characters leading the way for that float, but then Monsters Inc. And look, as we were telling you earlier, you know, that attention to detail on this one. They've been hard at work since the 10th of December. And it's very much for them a family and friends affair. All their children taking part, you know, painting, perhaps smaller elements of the set, all of them are taking part. And that's, as you can see there, the first prize in the senior section. Starting off the floats, they've managed to take that first prize, and very well deserved too. In fact, I think they're also telling us that if anybody's interested in one of those huge characters, with Bedroom Sully and all the other characters, 3 Kings, Cavalcades, Monsters Inc. by Mickey and friends, and taking the first prize in the senior section this evening. So in between the Christmas and New Year celebrations, all of them have been going to the workshop of RAF Gibraltar, where they've constructed their float, taking of applause and the admiration of everybody for the fantastic work with this float. Monsters Inc. taking first prize in the senior section. You know, sometimes those floats are really special when you just see a character and it's immediately recognizable. It tells you how good that float is. Here come the members of the Gibraltar Rugby Football Union coming up next. They've been taking part for some years now. I think it's 3rd year running. They have some 300 members who are all playing rugby. This is promoting their youngest section, all aged 6 to 14. and keen supporters of the Three Kings Cavalcade, not only about promoting their sport, but one of the organisers telling me earlier it's about giving something back to the children who've trained so hard over the past year. So this is the Gibraltar Rugby Football Union, with many of their youngsters taking part for the third year, once again supporting the Three Kings Cavalcade and on board their younger members, all aged 6 to 14. About 300 people playing rugby every year now in Gibraltar. There are some of the more senior members behind the float, some of the coaches too. And that's you, Paul, on air now, trying to grab one of the members from the
I love the cavalcade.
Hey, great PR.
Thank you very much.
Listen, can we get a lift on that scrum over there? Can I get lifted?
Oh, but okay. Are you still sure you want to do this? That was very impressive from our very own Paul Rudd. Paul, just saying how impressive music of Greece. They've been playing everybody's favourite hits from the musical. And dancing the evening away, the young members of Laguna Youth Club, who've taken the second place in the junior section this evening. And the float again has been produced by the young members of Laguna Youth Club, with a little bit of help from both the Laguna and Glacis communities. Playing the mega hits, and you can see there in the middle of the car from Greece, the engine there as well, lifted as it were in the movie. That's a Laguna Youth Club, and Greece, particularly Greece Lightning, but playing all the hits and making everybody dance the night away here in Main Street, complete with Pink Ladies and T-Birds. Paul, didn't quite catch what you were trying to tell me earlier.
I'm sorry about that, my mic seemed to cut out.
I'm just going to Skype my sister. I just realised where you're sitting. The Three Kings came out of the hospital when I was waiting for my brother. ¿Está mirando la cabalgata? ¿Está mirando? ¡Ay, qué bello! ¡Ay, qué bello! ¡Ay, qué bello! Hasta mi marido ha dicho no vale nada.
The band is the Reenactment Society. They've been taking part as well in the cavalcade for a number of years. You might have seen them up and down Main Street on a Saturday. 2013 was a huge year for Gibraltar football, and we made it into UEFA, and Gibraltar Team 54, being supported by the youth service, who've teamed up with the Rockettes. They are the cheerleaders for our event today, and they were performing at Casements earlier, supporting Team Gibraltar, supporting the red, white and blue. And they've taken third prize in the junior section. has been produced by and put together by the Youth Service. And full of activities is the first prize of the junior section, the first Force Scouts. This is their Scout section. Join the adventure, life is an adventure, and depicting many of the activities that they have. That climbing wall there, waving, kids waving at our cameras. They also have the mountain bikes, the canoes, among